Hello! I'm so excited to have you here. And I'm so proud of you. The reason why I created this mentorship is because throughout my life, I always knew that there was something different about me. I always knew that there was a greater reason and purpose for me to be alive. And because I wanted to live and experience greatness, but I never felt understood, or I felt like people couldn't understand my vision. I made myself fit into a box that I overgrew very quickly. A box of hard work, a box of always grinding, always needing more, always proving my worth by the things that I was doing. I was working so hard. I was identifying myself as an overachiever, always trying to prove that I was capable, always going for the next thing and never enjoying the things that I achieved. And with time, I realized that there had to be a better way. And the more that I will connect with myself and I will feel tapped in, connected with source, connected with God in the right frequency, everything will flow to me and I will become so magnetic. But then when I was going back to forcing an outcome, when I was going back to exhausting myself, saying that I was a perfectionist, saying that I'm being so hard on myself, honestly, being so hard on myself without recognizing how powerful I was, because I was putting all the meaning of my worth, all the meaning of success out there. And because I knew and I tried myself and I realized that there's another way, because I realized that we're here to live in deliciousness. We're here to experience, the joy of life, to be mesmerized, to not only live but feel alive. Because now today I'm in a point in my life where I can tell you with all my heart that I love the woman that I am. There's not a single woman I would rather be than being myself. There's not a single person I will trade lives with. And I tell you this with so much transparency and honesty. It doesn't mean that I don't have hard moments, but even in those moments, I have created this relationship with myself that is so intimate that I know those moments are a vehicle for me to even become greater. Everything now, it's in purpose of who I am becoming. And in this relationship, I'm so curious of who I can be through that. And I am so excited for you. I'm so proud of you for showing up for something different. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so committed on not letting you down, because I am here for me and for you to be the walkable truth and the walkable proof that there's another way, that life can be amazing, and that this is the time to be a human pro max. This is the time to have an upgrade in your life, and that everything that brought you to this place is not what's going to bring you to the next. You probably have experienced what it means to be successful in your career, in a relationship. Probably, I'm sure you are a leader and people look at you and people admire you. But now, right here, we're entering a whole different paradigm where our realm, the place that we work from, is not of this world. It's something so much deeper. It's something so amazing that is going to blow your mind. And I just invite you to surrender to this process with all of you, with all of your mind, with all of your words, with all of your emotions, and with all of your actions. We're going to shorten the space between inspiration and action, and you're here to be propelled to the next level. You're here to experience life in a way that you have never experienced before. You're here to become so magnetic that miracles are going to show up your way. And not only that, but you're going to become a miracle for the world. Throughout this mentorship, I am going to be here to support you to find your truth, to support you to enter the frequency and the place where you can be your own source of guidance. I'm not here to give you more information, because if you're here, I'm sure that you already know so much. I know that you have read the books, I know that you learn and understand so much about frequencies, that you understand a lot about consciousness, but the difference is that I don't want you to understand it, I want you to know it. And the way in which you get to know it is by embodying it. It's not something that you're even curious about. Many people say, well, I know how frequencies work and I know how that meditation is good. You think you know, you understand, you have read it somewhere, but if you knew, you would be prioritizing it right now. Because through this process, you're going to prioritize yourself, and in that way, you're going to be in best service of everybody else. When you know the zone, when you know the frequency, when you can be tuned in, there's a level of certainty you start living with that gives you unshakable confidence. And this is what you're going to experience here. So I'm excited to have you here. I'm grateful for your trust. I'm grateful for the ways in which you can see yourself in me. And again, this is all about you. This is your power. I can see the potential in you. I can see that you're a powerhouse, and I am so excited to get to know the version of yourself you're going to become through this. And remember that this is not an end point. This is a vehicle. This is a lifestyle. This is a process that it's never going to end. This is a new way of living that hopefully you'll integrate until the day you die. So the way that this is going to work, I'm going to explain to you in some of the next videos how we're going from where you are to where you exist in your ground. I'm going to explain to you in the level of the emotion, in the level of the frequency, and in the level of the body, what is the transformation you're going to experience. Afterwards, when you understand the basis of why it works that way, because this is not something mystical, this is not something that we're inventing, this is not something that we hope to believe is true. This is something that is proven by neuroscience, this is something that is proved by science, and this is proven by your anatomy as well. So when I explain to you the basis of how the frequency works, you're going to start untangling so many things that are happening now in your life, and especially why you're going through an identity shift right now, especially why that what was working for you before doesn't work anymore. And after we do that, then I'm going to explain the framework or the routine, the flow entering your day. And this is something that you're going to apply like pieces of a puzzle, like ingredients for a recipe. You're going to create your own recipe, but I'm going to share with you the basics of meditations, the basics of breath work, the basics of movement, AI, personal development, and your work as a vehicle for your own potential. In all of those facets, you're going to have specific ways to include these habits and practices during your day, knowing what is the frequency that you want to shift. You're going to understand as we go through that. But what I want you to know is that there's not a specific thing that will fit everything in your life. You're getting the materials and the ingredients to make the recipe you need to eat today, and that is going to nourish you. So welcome, because now you're getting ownership of your life, and we're going to go deep, so deliciously deep, to create intimacy with yourself, to live life from a space in which you choose yourself again. So with that being said, thank you for being here, and I'm beyond excited, beyond thrilled for what's about to come for you. I invite you just for a second to close your eyes and take a deep breath in and celebrate yourself for being here. Because so many people know that they want something different in their life, but not everybody takes a step that you took, and that makes you a leader, that makes you worthy of owning your life. Set an intention for this, and here we go.